What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video. Where in this one, we're going to talk a little bit about one of our now former players, somebody that I honestly thought would be a lifelong Colt. But at the end of the day, he decides he wants to keep playing football. And here we're going to be talking about Ryan Kelly and some things that he said. And of course, if you enjoy the content, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime we drop content on this channel. But as we get into this, talking about Ryan Kelly and some of the comments that he had made, and nothing outrageous, nothing. I'm not going to sit here and try to rage bait anybody or anything. This isn't that. This is just talking about Ryan Kelly, some things that he said, and honestly, man, what he said was like, I think the writing was always on the wall. I think we talked about that here on this channel plenty. The writing's on the wall, and he kind of talked about that. So there was this quote, and I believe this was Stephen Holder, and yeah, it was Stephen Holder that put this excerpt on Twitter here, but it says, quote, and this is a pretty long quote, so stick with me here. This says, quote, "I think it was just time to move on. I think it was some frustrating times through certain years. Obviously, it's no surprise I've had 13 different quarterbacks since I've been there, so I always envisioned myself playing in one place for my entire career. There was no negative impact or no major event that happened where it really pushed me over the edge. It was just when I left last year and there was no guarantees on my contract, I was a free agent. It was exciting for me. I felt like I was okay. It was time for me to maybe check out what else is out there and move on and have a new perspective in this career." So yeah, I can't say there's a specific event. I'll miss the guys in the O-line room and I'll miss a bunch of the people there, but in my heart, I just knew it was time to move on, and I kind of felt that way over the last year and a half. So again, that's kind of predictable. Like, there are going to be people that hear, "Oh, well, you felt like that for a year and a half. You didn't want to be with us all year long," and da 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 da. And I don't think it's like that. I just think for him, it's probably a lot like Charvarius Ward and Charvarius Ward's situation, where some traumatic stuff happens in his life, and he just doesn't want to be in that place anymore, right? Wants to be elsewhere, right? Charvarius Ward had talked about wanting to be in Dallas with his family, but instead was in San Francisco trying to be their first team. And for Ryan Kelly, I think that's why the writing was always on the wall, because what him and his wife had gone through and their personal battles and the things that happened to them, and so it just seemed like over time, with the lack of success, the personal stuff that he went through, like, it was always going to come a time where it's either, hey, I'm trying to retire, get out of here, or he was going to go somewhere else. And that's why I think going and getting Bortolini ends up being a really good move, and the timing of it great, because obviously Ryan Kelly this past year dealing with different injuries anyways, and Bortolini had to play, and so it all just kind of worked out. And I think it's the best thing for both sides, for it to really go the way it did, and for Ryan Kelly to go and explore new opportunities, right? And of course, him and Will Fry still teammates. Ryan Kelly had also talked about that, once the news came out that Ryan Kelly was going to sign, Will Fry's called him and said, "Hey, I'm going to Minnesota too," right? And so they have that, and again, like, just wishing nothing but success for Ryan Kelly. Obviously, not too much, right? Like, if it comes down to Colts Vikings in the Super Bowl, that'd be pretty crazy. But nonetheless, just hope for some success, right? Colts aren't really in a position to win a Super Bowl at this point, so the Vikings kind of are. So he's close to the end of his career. Probably sees a way to potentially win a ring over there with Kevin O'Connell, J.J. McCarthy, and the Minnesota Vikings. So again, just wishing all the best for him, and just thought, with this information coming out, I thought it was classy, right? He could have, what he was talking about, he could have went off the rails. He could have talked some smack with the way things have been here over time, and how much of a clown show it's been at different times. He certainly could have said some things, and he decided not to. And I think that says a lot about Ryan Kelly. I also think it says a lot about Stephon Gilmore. Just another interesting note, if you hadn't heard about this, but during Cam Bynum, when he was having his introductory press conference, he had talked about how he actually talked to Stephon Gilmore, and that was somebody who reached out to him about going to the Colts in free agency, and Gilmore told him it'd be a great place for him specifically as a person. Stephon Gilmore, nothing but glowing reviews for the Colts, even though things went the way they went. And that's why you don't burn bridges, right? When you trade Stephon Gilmore for a 5th-round pick, that's because, hey, maybe this guy can realize that, like, hey, this year didn't go well, but we have respect for you. We tried to do the best we could for you, and at the end of the day, that's what ends up happening. And also, Segan Alubi knows Cam Bynum, but nonetheless, just a couple of veteran guys. It's nice to see that, like, the character side is there, right? The character that everybody always talks about with Chris Ballard. Oh, he's drafting character. He's drafting character. Well, it does matter. These guys completely professional. And hey, always good when you can hear something good about the Colts. I guess that's what that really boils down to. Because, boy, the way we've been getting cooked pretty much ever since Andrew Luck retired. Nice to hear something good every now and then. So you guys let me know what you're thinking. Ryan Kelly, his comments and what he said, and the whole situation. Of course, I'd like to hear from you guys. So again, down in the comment section, let me know what you're thinking, and make sure you hit that like button if you enjoy the content. Subscribe and have notifications on so you get notified anytime we drop any more content on this channel. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.